You probably use cups and mugs every day, but have you ever stopped to wonder what really makes them different? At first glance, they might seem almost the same, just containers for your coffee, tea, or hot chocolate. But if you look closer, there are subtle differences in size, shape, and even the way we use them that set them apart. Some are delicate and refined, others sturdy and casual. So, what's the real difference between cups and mugs? In this video, we'll explore those distinctions and reveal why what we call a cup or a mug matters more than you might think. From everyday use to cultural habits and design choices. Let's dive in right here on History of Simple Things. The simplest place to start is by defining what we mean when we say cup and mug. In everyday language, many people use both terms to mean any handheld vessel that holds coffee, tea, hot chocolate, or other beverages. But if we stick to dictionary definitions, a cup is typically described as a small container with a handle, used especially for hot drinks or measuring servings, while a mug is a larger, more robust drinking vessel with a handle. In practical terms, cups are often associated with delicate tableware, the kind you use with saucers at a formal breakfast or afternoon tea. And mugs are perceived as casual and sturdy, something you grab for your morning brew at the kitchen counter or in front of a computer. That fundamental difference in everyday usage tells us that even before we talk about size or shape, people attach different expectations to each term based on how they interact with the object in daily life. One of the most noticeable differences between cups and mugs is their size and shape. Generally, cups are smaller, holding somewhere between 6 to 8 fluid ounces, about 180–240 milliliters, though some teacups can be slightly smaller or larger depending on tradition. Cups also tend to have a more delicate profile, with thinner walls and often a flared lip that is pleasant for sipping. Mugs, on the other hand, are designed to hold more liquid, typically 10 to 16 ounces, 300–475 milliliters, and sometimes even more. Their shape is usually more cylindrical or slightly tapered, and the walls are thicker to help retain heat. The handle on a mug is also usually larger, enough to comfortably fit 2 or 3 fingers, whereas cup handles may only accommodate 1. These physical differences aren't strict rules. You'll find exceptions. But on average, when you pick up a vessel that feels substantial and generous in volume, you're likely holding what most people would call a mug. Cups and mugs differ significantly in the materials used and their durability, which in turn affects how we use them. Traditional cups are often crafted from fine ceramics such as porcelain or bone china. These materials are valued for their elegance, lightness, and smooth finish, making cups ideal for formal settings or special occasions. However, their delicate nature also means they can chip or crack easily. Mugs, on the other hand, are typically made from thicker ceramics, stoneware, glass, or even insulated materials like stainless steel. This sturdier construction makes them well suited for everyday use, whether at home, at work, or on the go. The choice of material reflects more than just appearance. It shapes the experience of drinking itself, with cups offering a sense of refinement and mugs providing practicality, comfort, and durability for regular use. Formality plays a key role in how we think about cups and mugs. The word cup often carries a sense of etiquette and ceremony, seen in afternoon tea with delicate porcelain and matching saucers, or formal breakfasts where every place setting includes a cup and spoon. These practices reflect cultural expectations that certain beverages served in specific vessels signal refinement and hospitality. Mugs, on the other hand, are almost always informal, used at home, on office desks, or during casual gatherings. Calling a vessel a cup instead of a mug can elevate the situation, while calling a casual mug a cup may feel out of place. Though these associations aren't universal, they shape how many English speakers perceive and use each term in everyday life. In cooking and baking, the word cup has a precise meaning unrelated to style or design. It's a standardized unit of measurement. In the United States, 1 cup equals 8 fluid ounces, or about 237 milliliters. This measurement applies to both liquid and dry ingredients and is essential for consistency in recipes. When a recipe calls for 1 cup of sugar or 1 cup of milk, it refers to that exact volume, not any random drinking vessel in your kitchen. By contrast, mug is not a recognized unit of measure in formal culinary standards. While some home cooks may casually use a mug as a rough guide, mugs vary widely in size, which can affect results. This distinction shows that cup carries a fixed technical definition in cooking, whereas mug remains an informal, flexible term in everyday use. Across languages and cultures, drinkware is categorized differently. In French, tasse, and Spanish, taza, the common term often describes what English speakers would call a cup, regardless of size. In some cultures, larger handled vessels are normal for tea or coffee, making the cup versus mug distinction less significant. In parts of East Asia, tea is traditionally served in small, handleless cups that don't fit neatly into either English label. Some Scandinavian languages also use broader terms that cover multiple sizes without strict separation. Ultimately, the difference between cups and mugs reflects English-speaking conventions rather than universal rules. What's the real difference between cups and mugs? It comes down to size, design, purpose, and cultural meaning. Cups are usually smaller, more delicate, and tied to formality or precise measurement. Mugs are larger, sturdier, and meant for everyday use. In cooking, cup is a fixed unit of measurement, while mug has no standard size. Although people often use the terms interchangeably, each carries different expectations depending on context. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.